Karma and rebirth. Karma and rebirth are two fascinating subjects and are often misunderstood. It's important for us to have a deep awareness of them. We'll have a look at karma first. Karma. I am the owner of my karma. I inherit my karma. I am born of my karma. I am related to my karma. I live supported by my karma. Whatever karma I create, whether good or evil, that I shall inherit. The Buddha said that we need to remember this every day. Why is it so important to remember it every day?
The word karma, literally translated, means action. It was used in this way at the time of the Buddha. Karma yoga means the yoga of action. But the Buddha said, karma, O monks, I declare, is intention. It's not just any action, but the intention behind it. Intention is not only in what we do, it is also in what we think and speak. The way we use the word karma is technically not quite correct because we mean our deeds and also the results. However, since karma is in common usage now, we will retain it.
There is a great deal of difference between what we do intentionally and what we do unintentionally. If we accidentally step on an ant and kill it, we probably didn't see it. It may be a lack of mindfulness, but it's not the karma of killing. There was no such intention behind it. But if we have an ant heap in our garden and wanting to get rid of it, we pour poison over it and destroy as many ants as we can. That is the karma of killing because there is intention behind the act. The Buddha's genius shows the difference between action and intention.
What we intend brings results, and our actions are caused by thinking about them first. So our thinking is one facet of ourselves that needs to be watched most carefully. This is what we are trying to learn through meditation. Unless we get to know our thinking process, we won't make good karma, no matter what we do, because we won't know the intention. When we know our thoughts, then we can change them, and that change will hopefully go in the right direction, in the direction of making good karma.
Some people think, I want to make good karma, so that I get a pleasant rebirth. This is a commercial interchange, to do something in order to get something. It's better than not thinking about it at all and just blithely going along with whatever instinct dictates. But it can't have the result one is hoping for, because it's a totally ego-centered approach. Good actions should be performed because of wisdom, knowing that otherwise there will only be unhappiness for oneself. Goodness is necessary to live in peace and harmony with oneself and others. To consider results is attachment and expectation. All expectations are bound up with disappointments. No expectation can ever materialize in the way one hopes. Expectations lead us into the future rather than keep us in the present. Next life, life after next, or the life after that, which one? What about the next 5 minutes? Good action ideally becomes so ingrained in oneself that nothing else is possible. As long as something else is still possible, wisdom must dictate the right direction.
When two people do the same thing, there won't be the same result. The Buddha compared making bad karma to putting a teaspoon of salt into a cup of water or putting a teaspoon of salt into the river Ganges. A teaspoon of salt put into a cup of water makes it undrinkable. But a spoonful of salt dropped into the Ganges is going to make no difference at all. If one has a river full of good karma, one unprofitable, unskillful action will make no difference. If one has only a cupful of good karma, one unskillful action will sour the whole life. Since we have no definite idea of what we have behind us, we had better presume it's only a cupful. We sometimes wonder why some persons doing all sorts of unwholesome deeds still seem to live very happily. Family, bank account, health are all fine. Why isn't he getting his punishment? He's not getting it because he isn't deserving it just yet. We get exactly what we deserve. It's not accidental, nor is it chaotic. There's no reason to think that chaos prevails in the universe. Moon, stars, sun, everything acts according to a pattern, even this little globe on which we live. It is the same with our karma.
Karma is impartial, and this is often forgotten. It doesn't have preferences. It is cause and effect. It doesn't take individuals into account. Whatever has been put into the stream of happening is in there and will eventually bring a result. We bring certain tendencies with us from past lives, yet most of the things that happen to us are results of present actions. We don't have to think, that was because 3 lifetimes ago I must have done this or that, or, if I do this now, next lifetime I'll be all right. This is taking the easy way out and not taking responsibility. If one takes full responsibility for oneself, and every thinking, intelligent person needs to do that, then we can also recollect that we have done or omitted certain actions in this lifetime and that the results are right here and now.
The connection can easily be found. Whatever skillful, profitable actions we have actually accomplished in this lifetime show results. They show in our abilities, our strength, our health, our character. We are the makers of our own destiny. Nobody else can really do anything for us. If we believe that somebody else can act for us, we haven't understood what the saying, "I am the owner of my karma," means. It's the one thing we own. Everything else is on loan. We can take nothing with us except that. Everything else goes to our heirs, those who come after us. Karma is ours.
We bring tendencies with us, which create our opportunities. We have choices, but not unlimited ones. We all had the choice whether to come to this retreat or not. You made the good karma of choosing to come. Once you're here, you have constant choices. When hearing Dhamma, you can either be half awake and not get much of the meaning, or you can be completely attentive. When listening totally, you again have choices. You can immediately forget it, or you can try to remember it. Should you make the choice of trying to remember it, you then have the choice of actually trying to live by it or remembering it as something interesting. If you make the choice of living by it, you can choose to do so all the time or only on special occasions.
The choice is ours, constantly, every single moment. Every moment, except when we are asleep, is a karma-making moment. That's why it's essential to perfect the skill of living in each moment. If we don't watch each karma-making moment, it's not going to work out on the credit side. There are too many negative moments possible. Each mind moment has to be watched because they are choice moments, and these choice moments make karma. The more profitable and skillful choices we make, the more opportunities we have. It's like living in a house with many windows and doors and having that many choices through which window or door to leave. If we make enough wrong choices, our opportunities diminish to the point of finding ourselves in a prison cell where there are no opportunities at all until we are released. If we've ever wondered why some people appear to have many opportunities to do different, interesting things, and we ourselves have not, it's strictly due to the karma we have made.
The Buddha said that some people are born in the light and go to the light. Some people are born in the light and go to the dark. Some people are born in the dark and go to the light. And some people are born in the dark and go to the dark. This means no matter where we're born, our choices and opportunities exist. There was a woman called Helen Keller who was born deaf, dumb, and blind. She managed to get a university education, write books, and be instrumental in helping handicapped people to a better life. Obviously she was born in the dark, but she went to the light. All of us have opportunities every single moment. If we don't make use of them, the same opportunity may never come again. Because we have lost that one, we have lost one of the windows or doors of the room we live in. Total attention to each moment is necessary.
The Buddha also compared karma to a spider's web, a web so intricately woven that one cannot find the beginning or end of the thread. It's impossible for us to know whether we are sick today because of doing something unskillful 15 years ago, or because we didn't watch what we ate yesterday. The cause and effect of actions and results are so intricately intermeshed that we cannot see clearly how something came about. The major happenings in our life can be seen, however. It's easy to recollect bad choices, made because of self-indulgence, and the results that accrue from them.
Karma is really not important as it has come to us from the past or will accrue to us in the future, because the past is like a dream and the future is, the not yet come. The only thing of any interest to anyone is now. Everything else is like living in a dream world, never being totally awake, never quite knowing what's going on. There's no real joy in that.
It has a foggy unreality about it. Everyone who is not enlightened lives in some fog, but one can try to wake up from the dream. Actually, there is no moment other than the present one. We cannot possibly relive yesterday or experience tomorrow now. There is only one thing we can do, and that's be alive now. But one has to be totally awake and aware to accomplish that. Awake and aware to one's intentions.
Mind is the master. What hasn't been created by thought doesn't exist. It may be created by somebody else's thought, but it doesn't exist for us. Thought is the underlying cause for all our karma. We have 3 doors: thought, speech, and actions. These are the 3 with which karma is made and through which we contact the world. Although the thought is the basic underlying cause, it still makes the weakest karma if it doesn't result in speech or action. Let's say we hate somebody and the thought flits through the mind, if that fellow comes near me again, I'm going to kill him, but we never say or do anything about it. Although it makes very unprofitable karma as an unskillful thought, nothing much has.